And then this is the last story for me. I give my last story is back to the city, but no longer alone. The last day in the village comes sooner than I thought. It was as if the week had passed in half. Outside the village was still bustling with the remains of its celebration, with the small flags still hanging on the fence, children still sitting off the fireworks, and my mother still exchanging cookie jars. But for me, this morning felt different. It's heavier. I sat at the dining table, eating my last breakfast with my family. Mom's fried rice with shrimp crackers and the cucumber slice on the side of the plate feels like the best meal I've ever had. Dad sit on the end of the table, flipping through the newspaper, occasionally sweeping coffee. And then Amalia was busy feeding the with her spoon, as if refusing acknowledge that I was leaving today. Are you ready, Mas? Mom asked softly, and her voice a little heavy. And then I know that the bags are all packed. All that's left for me to bring some souvenirs and lunch. Mom smiled and got up to get the chicken. Dad looked at me over his glasses, then said in a low, firm voice, "Take care of yourself in the city. Don't be too hard on yourself. Come home once in a while, not just during Eid." I paused, then nodded, "Yes, Dad, I understand now." As I put on my shoes off the terrace, Amelia sat quietly beside me, holding her cell phone, but not looking at the screen, however. And then she said, "If you don't come home next semester, I'll be cranky." I chuckled, "Relax, I'm coming home, I promise." After putting on my shoes and putting on my bag, I said goodbye to them. Mom hugged me tightly, and then Dad shook my hand. And then Amalia also hugged me in pretentious manner, but her eyes were a little teary. I started my journey past my neighbor house and saw people still gathering and the children still playing in front of the house. I really miss moments like this, but this time it was different. I no longer felt adrift between two worlds. I know where to go back to, and more importantly, I know what I was among all of them. When I arrived at my boarding house in Surabaya, everything felt foreign yet familiar. A cramped room with a study table full of books and laptops still asleep. I opened the window, letting in the wine in the bringing with a hint of the village scent still lingering in my suitsets. I turned on my laptop, opened the new document and started writing. Homecoming this time, it's not just about going back to the village. It's also a return to the heart I've left behind. I return not only with souvenirs, but also an understanding that home is not a perfect place, but a place where we learn understand each other. And then I finished the post and smiled outside the window. The city Surabaya goes on as usual, noisy, fast, full of tasks and schedule, but my chest is not as tight as used to be. I no longer feel alone because this time I broke home to myself. So this all for my story in Eid al-Iftar. Actually, this is a story personal for me. And thank you for listening my story. I write 5 story on Eid al-Iftar, and then thank you for listening, and assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.